Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So today we're talking Love and Marriage Huntsville. You guys know why you were here. Today we are talking Maurice Scott, you guys, because he was the lucky person that was contacted to do an after-show interview with Dustin tonight. And unfortunately, there were some disturbing comments, as you guys know. Otherwise, we wouldn't be doing this video. But nonetheless, Maurice desperately needs screen time on the show. Maurice desperately needs a storyline on the show to justify still being on the show. So now there's all these revelations, you guys. Now, all of a sudden, we're aware, after all of these seasons, that he has 3 older daughters, you guys. I believe one's like in cybersecurity and one's works for him, apparently, and all of these things, right? News to me, because I just thought that, you know, it was just, you know, your son, right? And so then he speaks on the Sonny, Moses, and Destiny situation, but says that he understands from Moses's perspective, but said from Sonny's perspective that it's dirty, that it's foul. And I'm just trying to figure out, how is it okay for Moses and not Sonny? Wouldn't you have smoke for both people and everybody involved? Like, it doesn't make any sense, right? So there is that. And I find it interesting that, you know, he is saying that Moses and Sonny are throwing salt into the wound, you guys. By moving from St. Louis to Huntsville. Isn't salt in the wound, Maurice? You paying for your ex-wife and her new husband to live down the street from you? To be closer to your son? And Kimmy told you to your face that she has issues with your ex-wife because of the alleged timeline. They don't get along? And you were trying to buy a home for them without her knowledge. You were trying to buy a place for them down the street without her knowledge so that she could be close to the son. And you're talking about somebody else's situation? It's the audacity. It is the audacity. The audacity, you guys. And then, you know, the main reason that you guys are here is because of the disturbing comments about Mel and TEL, you guys. And Maurice basically saying that Mel and Martell should apologize to each other, that the comeback group needs to come back together, that it's better for the show when all 6 people are filming scenes together. There's a certain level of electricity and magic, and everybody is able to identify with somebody in the comeback group when we're all together, when we're all filming together. And my thing is this, are we just going to pretend that, you know, that there is not a whole restraining order against Martell? Are we going to pretend that there's not an active case right now against Martell, who was convicted of revenge P in the 3rd degree of DV? Like I'm just trying to figure out what is happening of DV harassment in the 3rd degree. What is happening that we're just going to ignore, you know, having to film scenes with somebody that has, you know, at the minimum, verbally, ABUSED, has threatened you, has threatened to release revenge P on you. How that is appropriate that regardless of all of that, you guys should still film together for the sake of the comeback group. It's giving you need a storyline because the one that you allegedly tempted now has you and Owen in court, for real, and not for any type of fakery. But this is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. What comeback group is there in existence? Mel, when she was done with the comeback group, when she, you know, bought her, you know, self out of it or whatever, or you guys bought her out or whatever, she was done then. So I don't understand why we keep trying to regurgitate this. There's never going to be a situation. And Dustin, why are you asking these questions about Mel and TEL needing to film together? That's never going to happen again. Martell doesn't want to film with his ex-wife because he's too busy behind the scenes trying to cause chaos.
You should have thought about all of that before all of this stuff has happened. Before he decided he was just going to continue to cheat on his wife, before he decided he was going to have a baby with his 10-year mistress, before he decided he was going to have a harem of all of these women and try to turn the cast against Mel and then accuse Mel of cheating and then just popping up at Mel's events unannounced, uninvited to cause drama, to cause a scene. And then the custody battle, trying to get access to Mel's money, trying to get a profit of Sugar Mama's sales, and all of these things. And tried to release court documents about the case in hopes that it was going to get Mel dragged, but it ended up exposing your behavior against the kids and your side chick's treatment of the kids and everything else. But nonetheless, all of that, we should just forget all of that and pretend that it doesn't exist. Well, according to you, Maurice, according to your DUI, when you were asked about your legal issues, you said everything should play out in court. Well, isn't everything playing out in court as it pertains to Mel and TEL? Didn't it play out in court a conviction, meaning that he is guilty, meaning that he has a probationary period, meaning he is not allowed to discuss Mel, meaning he's not allowed to talk about Mel, meaning he's not allowed to say her name, meaning he's not allowed to be in the same vicinity as Mel? But you're going to sit here and guilt trip people and make it as though this is Mel's issue, this is Mel's fault, Mel needs to apologize, as if you guys are not aware that this man has been harassing and threatening Mel behind the scenes ever since she left him for good. For the past 4+ years. That was why she didn't want him to have her contact information, because she knew he was out of control and he was unhinged. But he couldn't get it together. He couldn't stop cheating. He didn't want to co-parent and be a decent human being for the sake of, the kids and everything else. So don't try to insert the 4 children into this and trying to use them as a pawn. No. Martell wasn't thinking about the 4 kids when he was cheating on his ex-wife. Martell wasn't thinking about the kids when he was trying to, go after their mom. He wasn't thinking about the kids when he's trying to release Revenge P and have, their mom all the way out there. I'm just trying to figure out, Maurice, what are you doing? What are you saying? If you need camera time, just say that. If your plans have flopped, just say that. But don't blame Mel for Martell's behavior. And this is the stuff I can't get behind. Now, not only are you defending Moses' trifling behavior, but you're defending Martell and feeling as though Mel needs to apologize to him. Martell is a danger to Mel and her children. There is a reason Mel paid for additional security, because she doesn't know what type of unhinged behavior Martell is going to do. Has Martell still even got a psych evaluation? Does anybody know? Because again, why are you guys acting as though that it's some big mystery why Mel and TEL aren't filming together? As if Martell didn't do this himself, didn't inflict all of this on himself by thinking he could continue to go far and continue to pull all of these shenanigans and all of these stunts, and now he is stuck with no storyline. Now he is stuck regurgitating old alleged tea with Trisha. Now he is stuck trying to be nosy in everybody else's business like the rest of the cast, when originally the backdrop was Mel and TEL. He ruined the magic. He ruined the chemistry. But you guys aren't helping by continuing to defend him. You guys aren't helping by basically feeling a way that you can no longer hide behind Mel and TEL's drama. So now all of a sudden it's their fault. They need to apologize, blah, 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 blah. But how about you start telling us what's going on in your life? I mean, isn't that a concept? But the comeback group is never, ever getting back together. Ever. Mel is never, ever filming with Martell again, ever. So all of this guilt tripping and trying to force Mel's hand and force Mel to do what you want her to do isn't going to cut it. But this is what I mean. But you call this out, then it's like, everybody's a Mel supporter, everybody's a Melimeter, they're a cult, they're deplorable, they're crazy, they're insane, blah, 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 blah. But what about what you're saying? What isn't it insane of you to basically have an ABUSER force somebody to film with their ABUSER, force somebody to film with somebody who just tried to distribute revenge pee on them. Isn't that completely and utterly insane to say such things? Like, where is the accountability? Where's the audacity? Not once have you heard since this whole ordeal. When did Martell get arrested? January? Have you heard once since everything that's happened? Did you hear any type of an apology? Have you heard any type of remorse? Have you heard of any type of, you know what, I went too far, this was too much? No! Instead, Martell got on Tasha K and decided to slander his wife further. And wanted to release old videos and wanted to dox his own ex-wife and children. So, no, Martell has not learned anything. He thought he had free reign to just go his big kickback. Back. Oh, because she got me arrested. I got to go get her back. When you got yourself arrested. Nobody told you to threaten your ex-wife. Nobody told you to be in your feelings this bad that one minute you're sending her dozens of roses, the next minute, oh, everything's a threat if you don't do this. I'm going to put this out there if you don't do this. What tea does Martell have on you guys that you guys still go so hard in the paint for him? And where are your scenes? Where are your guys' scenes with Martell? Because I haven't seen y'all together since, he did the Tasha K interview. Because even in the gym scene, he was with all the fellas except for you and Marceau. So what do you mean the core six? Well, you guys aren't even filming with him. So why do you even care about whether or not Mel does? You guys need to get some business and talk about what you have going on. But I don't even understand why Maurice was even selected for this interview tonight. He wasn't even in the episode. He was nowhere to be found. So again, what are we achieving? Other than you need something to film for now. Because you went too far with your actions. But this isn't it. Trying to force Mel to do what you want her to do because now all of a sudden everybody cares about their check. Now everybody all of a sudden cares about their standing on the show. Now all of a sudden everybody cares about the comeback group and the six of y'all need to be together. That was a few years ago when, Letitia's mom got fired. And you guys had to have the come to Jesus meeting then that the core six needed to get it together. That was the opportunity for you guys to stop your shenanigans. Except for the shenanigans continued. And each of you tried to pin each other against each other and have your vloggers be the mouthpiece that you claim you don't talk to. But because it has not worked out in your favor, because the ratings are in the toilet, because your screen time is non-existent this season, now all of a sudden you want to bring up the comeback group. You want to bring up old tea that Carlos King told Martell a long time ago. That Carlos King told this cast a long time ago. That the show worked when all of y'all got along, when all of y'all were working together. When in particular Mel and Tel were the backdrop, were the focus, were the arc, were the anchors of the show. But Martell didn't want to comply. Martell didn't want to stop cheating. Martell didn't want to stop disrespecting his ex-wife. Martell didn't want to stop humiliating his ex-wife. Martell didn't want to stop trying to utilize the kids as pawns. Martell didn't want to stop the toxicity. And wanted to see how far he could go until enough was enough, until something got stopped, and he finally got stopped by the law. But don't make this, oh, Mel needs to apologize. No. And you know Martell's not apologizing. Martell doesn't apologize for anything. So again, you guys are going to be in another standstill. You guys are going to be in another, if this show continues, this is going to be what the show's future is. It's like with Martin when the final season where him and Tisha Campbell, they didn't film the scenes together and the show wasn't the same. But whose fault is it all? Whose fault is that? It's disjointed. It's a hot mess. It's this separate but equal nonsense. But whose fault is it? It's not Mel's. Mel wanted to co-parent with Martell. Mel gave him all this grace to get it together. And he kept trying to utilize that against her and try to do other manipulative stuff behind the scenes. And then tries to pretend to be the nice guy in front of y'all and try to make it seem as though, oh, Mel's just being difficult. Mel's not, letting me do this, letting me do that. No. But what about the stuff that you're doing? But I guess that's okay. It's okay for all of this to happen if all of you guys can film together again, right? Just like you guys wanted Mel to stay with Martell even after all the cheating and was trying to encourage Martell to get Mel back after the millionth time he's cheated on her and disrespected her and, completely ignored their marriage vows. Make it make sense. So there is that. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.